Good morning, everyone, from the Westin Hotel here. It's just a little bit past 10:35, and I'm going to head on my way over to check in for the T100. It's over at Suntec City by the F1 series race, but right now it's a mix of clouds and sun. It is raining a little bit outside, but I'll take you there with me. I can't quite film on the MRT, but I'll film as soon as we get out to the F1 racetrack. I've made it to the race site. Right behind me is where they're gonna do basically the 5K music run that's happening later tonight, but I'm not gonna be doing that, so I gotta save my legs. And there's the Singapore Flyer, and then the road going into the transitions. I gotta figure out what the entrance is, and you can kind of see the gear. Kind of starting to stall out over. So I'll get into registration here shortly. I think it's inside of the building. People are flocking in there. So we'll be on our way. Check-in's now done. Race bit number 1654. Timing chip is in there. Got ourselves a nice shirt. I'm not sure if this really ventilates fully, but it's good enough, you know. Wonder if they might need to do gear swaps. And then we have our race bag, which I intentionally did not bring my own because, well, I wanted to see what's in here. And then, let's see what's in this to begin with. Oh, you got a bottle. Got our 3 bags. Yes, you got Storm the Bike, Bike to Run, and then the after race. It's nice that they have these as lanyard bags as opposed to the plastic bags that you see with Ironman. We've got our swim cap, which is this teal green color. Looks like they're still sticking, so I gotta loosen that up a little bit. What else is in here? That's basically it. Interesting, this bottle. I'm not gonna lie, this is a interesting one. Let's see what else is the features here. We got some sticky side here. Not sure what that is for. And let's see how we can unravel this. This just opens up to the back side. Oh. And apparently this is a lever so that you can go and see this here that folds up and down. So it's just another way to go and hold things. It's a interesting bag. I'm not gonna have, oh, it's to separate out your wet gear on the bottom, and of course all my other crap, as I call myself, to do that. So there's your gear bag. That's the T100 store right here. Probably gonna, well, you know me, I just buy merch because I buy merch. And that's the music run registration. And I'll check back in a bit once we get to the Expo side. Now we're at the booths over here at the Expo. We've got, yes, there is a Team Zoot Singapore. I did not know that, even though I'm from the, of course, from Seattle here. Just to show around precision fuel and hydration. Around here. Sports. Items. Booth. Additional hydration booths around. They have wetsuits, but this is a non-wetsuit swim. So, and the rain's starting to come down. But continuing through here, I'll make my way backwards as well. Athletic greens.
Hi there, welcome.
Hello, hello. And Cervelos. And bikes. Running Company. Flight Fitter. I think this is the main stage. I think there's a few more stalls over on the back side here. Okay. Others. Then more boots on the front side. They say there's going to be additional games after the race. I'm not sure I'm going to have quite the energy to be able to do that post-race. And there you go. That's your Expo. And that's the way out. So, gonna explore around out here a little bit more in the Expo, and then try to sort things out as it relates to swim, bike, run gear. So, check back in a bit. I've arrived in transition area here, and over beyond there, that's all of the transition area. What you see is for the duathlons, and they will go out and do their bike out all the way across there. The triathlon transition is further down. I'm not quite able to get to it because it's already barricaded off, but I will have a bigger preview of that tomorrow once we have the transition tour. So walking through here, see some things are set up, some things aren't. We are still early in the day. It's only 12:30 here on the first day of the Expo. So I'm gonna go and sort out this backpack worth of gear and figuring out nutrition, and check back from there. For this race specifically, there is a shuttle stop right in front of the Singapore Flyer, right over at the intersection of Raffles and Republic, leading into the Expo down that way. So for those that are interested in maybe doing this T100 race, there is shuttles that lead from basically the start of transition or between the transition zone as well as the finish. So might utilize that for race day. What you see here is the carnage, aka just the preparation. It's not really carnage. The organization of what my plan is for race day. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff, but it's actually quite simple. I'll start with the swim, then the bike, and then the run, and then post. So to start with the swim, it is a swimsuit illegal swim. So basically you have to go with the swim skin or you go with your regular tri-suit to swim in. I'm going to go with the swim skin, and I'm going to roll my tri-suit into the swim skin so I don't basically have these sleeves out in the open. So it'll kind of be like a sleeveless swim, but with the tri-suit basically kind of tucked into my back. Few pros and cons about that, but with the swim skin, that should hopefully make things a little bit more like free. And then I'm going to decide on race day whether or not I'm going to wear my clear goggles. So if the weather is like what you see here, if there's clouds, I'm going to wear my clear goggles. If it's bright, sunny, and just downright just too bright, then I'll wear my shaded goggles, just to give perspective, right, versus that. So depending on the lighting conditions, I have my two goggles both ready to go. Continuing from the swim over to the bike, we're kind of keeping it simple. I'm going to be lathering this like crazy prior to the race. So these are just more to say, hey, I'm going to be applying this. I'm going to have a body glide with me because the sleeveless swim, and because of a sleeveless swim, that means I'm going to have to, well, brush up a few areas underneath the armpits for chafing, because I'm not going to have that for the run because my tri-suit's going to be on. I'm carrying a gel here. This is after the swim, consume a gel in the bike, very clearly delineated away from my electrolyte gels for a reason. And I've got 6 gels. I'm probably only going to need to consume 5. But we'll see how race day conditions go. I'd rather be more cautious than not. These are going to go onto the back of my tri-suit. Risky, I'm not going to place them here because this is going to be where the garbage is going to go. So basically, I'm going to grab from the back, tear on the front, garbage here. That being stated, I'm going to have 2 water bottles, 2 Noon tablets in each. I thought about doing a Precision Fuel 1000, but I haven't really trained with electrolyte in bottles. It allows me to consume the 60 grams, but when it's really hot out there, it becomes harder for the stomach to go and consume. So I'm not going to try to do anything weird on race day. I bought an extra CO2 canister. I'm only going to carry 1 spare with me. I have 2 extra sets, but I only have 1 CO2 cartridge, so I'm going to go down to 1. And then the glasses are going to be with me in transition 1 because I'm going to need to wear them for both the bike and the run. Helmet wise, I am not going with an aero helmet because it's way too hot. These are for eventually I'm gonna wipe down the chain, but as you can see, I am doing full-on ventilation here. Ventilation is the priority for me in this race because of how hot it's going to be. Raised stickers, I need to wear this. And then, yeah, Yoshi is, well, I think that's self-explanatory around here. For those that know me on YouTube and into triathlon community, I'll run. So I have 2 shoe horns, just in case one of them gets lost. Of course, my socks, the race belt, carrying 3 gels with me once every 5K for an 18K race. I think that's appropriate. 5, 10, and 15, leading into 18K. So that white hat, because it's going to be hot out there, assumingly, and I'm racing with my Hoka Cielo X1s. I also brought my Mach X's with me, but the Cielo X1s provided a little bit more bounce and response for me, so that's going to be my choice on race day. And I ran earlier this week with these, and they provided the response I'm looking for. So that's basically race kit. Then I've got the after race. This is more just protecting my calves from additional burning, even with all the sunscreen I'm going to wear. And there's that. And of course, my bike. My computer needs to be charged. I need to charge the Di2 in this shortly after this video. And there you have it. So that's kind of my race gear pseudo strategy. Really, there's going to be a tale of 2 races. The swim's going to be straightforward. 2K swimming, level of effort 5 out of 10 maximum because the water temperature is going to be 30 centigrade. It's going to be a hot swim, so it's going to be like swimming in a pool for 30 minutes straight. I've done that for 17 minutes straight. 0 issues. I think I can extend that for more than double that, even to Ironman distance, if I really wanted to with the pace. It'll be important to keep hydrated throughout. That's another key for those that are new into the sport. And then I'm going to have my Zoot bag, not the T100 bag that they supplied, because it's just logistically easier to go and carry stuff in that Zoot bag compared otherwise. And plus, it'll also fit in the after race bag. Yeah, so it's, as I said, it's tale of 2 races. So 2 options. The first option is if it is going to be more ideal in terms of if we got cloudy weather like this, then I'd rather race in these types of cloudy race day conditions as opposed to super sunny conditions, which we had earlier in the weekend, as you probably saw in my previous videos. I want to make sure if it's going to be a little bit more cloudy, I can go and push ahead on the wattage and the pace that I would love to. If it is absolutely bright, sunny, scorching hot, I'm going zone 2. I'm going Ironman pace instead because I am not trained to go and push tempo and threshold at temperatures above 85 Fahrenheit, which it may be on race warning, and I'd rather make sure I survive the race, and I don't want to collapse or have a repeat of what happened in Frankfurt to me a few years ago where I did not respect the heat. This time I am going to respect the heat. And if it's bright, if it's sunny, if it's UV intensive, and this course has no protection, by the way. There's no shelter from the sun. Even if you go to the Marina Bay Sands, there's, except for the 2 bridges which you go underneath, there is no protection. And because there's no protection, you have to race smart, right? You can't go too hard in really hot, just baking conditions. I've been there, done that. It's no fun. So I'm gonna, if it's that, then it's gonna be one of those, okay, I'm just gonna go and have fun. About 115 athletes in this age group of 35 to 39, which is kind of insane. Actually, for this, I expected fewer, but you know, it's that's sometimes what happens on race day. So you don't know who's going to show up, and you never can really tell how the weather's going to be. And all I could do is go out there, have a smart race. Again, smart race. So that's option number 2, is if it gets absolutely sunny, beautiful, but sunny, hot, scorching, burning sun, then my option number 2 is going to be just have fun with it. Don't push hard. Push Ironman pace, zone 2 effort, because the heart rate is going to be to the roof, trying to keep the body cool because of how hot it is. So there is your gear and the race strategy. Again, trying to keep it simple. There's no need to try to overcomplicate things. A very straightforward run. The bike, 6 gels, quite a bit of climbing because the expressway, you got to go up the ramp here. And it'll be like Seattle repeats hills. Just do it 10 times instead of the 7 to 8 reps that I have. So I'm really not too concerned about any steepness of hills because that's where the training comes in. And with that, I'm probably just going to chill from here. I'm going to do my cleanup of the rest of this, put everything into the bags, and then also charge my Di2 and my bike computer accordingly. And with that, if you like the content of this video, go and hit that subscribe button down below for me, as well as hit the bell notification for keeping up to date with all the videos that I go and post. And leave a comment down below. Are you in Singapore? Are you going to race a T100 race in the future? I'd love to know. And until the next video, which I will do of the transition areas in a little more depth once I get to the transition tour, I'll see you in the next one. Yoshi out.